All right, so here we're supposed to do, again, find the least common multiple and leave the answer in factored form. So if we look at this, we have x minus 2 squared, which means we have x minus 2 times x minus 2. Here we have x minus 2 and x plus 1. So here we have two of those, and here we have only one, and here we have one of those. So what we're going to have to do is use the most of this one, which is going to be x minus 2 times x minus 2. And we have one of these, so then that's going to be times x plus 1. So that would be what it would look like. We could also rewrite it as x minus 2, the quantity squared, times x plus 1. So we could either have it out like this, or we could have it where we kind of shrink it down and just put a square term, because that times that is that squared. So either way should work as far as the answer goes. Just depends on if you want to put a square term in or just put all the factors as they are. All right, what about this one? Well, what we need to do, it looks like, is we have to figure out what are the factors before we can do anything. So if we look at this, there's going to be in this term, because we're looking at this piece and we're looking at this piece. Well, that looks like there's a 4y in here. So that gives us a 4y times what? Well, if we factor out a 4y, that gives us a y, and that's going to be a plus, and that's going to be a 12. Okay, so that is how that factors out. If we multiply it out, 4y squared plus 48y. Okay, what about this one? Well, that looks like there's also a 4y in that one. And if we have that, then that gives us a y squared, and then plus a 9y, and then minus, and 4 goes into that one, 36 times, I believe. Okay. Now this, can we factor that? Yeah, I think we can. So what we're going to say is, well, that's still going to be 4y times. We have a y and we have a y. And if we take 12 and a 3, and we need a positive, so that'd be a plus 12 and a minus 3, that would say y squared minus 3y plus 12y. So 12 minus 3 is 9 minus 36. Okay, so that's the factors here. So now we're looking for the least common multiple. Well, we've got a 4y and a 4y, so we know that's going to be a 4y here. Then we've got a y plus 12 once, a y plus 12 once, so it's going to be y plus 12. And then we've also got this y minus 3. And so that will be our least common multiple. So we had to factor it into the most as we can on both of them, and then look at the least common multiple of all those. So we had one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those. So we used that once, we used that once, and we used this once. Okay. All right, so let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.